Hello, everyone. So last weekend, I went on a day trip and I got back and I was checking on Safira and I noticed that she was super thin and I was like, okay, just the other day you were super plump. So I knew it had to be eggs. So I quickly started to dig around in the cage at the spot where she always lays her eggs and I found one. So now I just need to unbury all of them and get them into the incubator. I've only had one successful clutch with my jeweled lacertas, and that was when Safira laid eggs without me knowing. And then when it was time for them to hatch, I saw all these little babies popping up out of the dirt, and I was like, what is going on? So that was the only time I was able to successfully hatch them, and well, it wasn't even me hatching them, but it just, happened. So I am worried about using the incubator, but at the same time, I can't leave them in the cage like I did that one time because there's superworms loose in the soil and they have eaten clutches of eggs before. So I just can't afford to risk the babies' lives and leave them in the cage. So I'm just going to be monitoring the eggs super closely, trying to get everything right, and hopefully they'll be able to hatch. Right now I'm candling the egg, basically just looking through it by using this light. And I'm just trying to see if there's any signs of fertility in this egg. And it does look fertile. I see some little veins in it. Nothing like super clear, but I have hope for these eggs. Trying to get some of this dirt off if possible. So I've already put 9 eggs in here and there's still more in the dirt. So this might be one of her biggest clutches. It's pretty crazy. All of these eggs are actually surprisingly pretty heavy for their size. They all have a good weight to them, which is exciting because, you want the eggs to be big and healthy, so these are really good. Alright, so there's all of them. 16 eggs. I'm shocked right now. The most she's laid has been, I think, 12 maybe? This is a lot, and they're big eggs too, so wow, this was very unexpected. So now I'm going to cover all these guys up with the container lid and going to put them up on the shelf. I'm really hoping that these eggs are actually fertile and that they're gonna make it because, it's been, a couple years since I've been able to hatch some baby lacertas, and it would be a lot of fun to be able to take care of some more and hatch some more little babies into the world. So I'll see how that ends up going. Right now, my main focus is going to be getting Safira back to her healthy weight since she's so thin after 16 eggs. And also, of course, just taking care of the eggs, watching them and making sure that they're doing okay being in the incubator. So yeah, in a couple of days, I'm going to take a video of how the eggs are doing, so I'll show you that. Alright, so this is almost a week later, and some of the eggs are denting, and now this could mean that a couple of them are infertile, and that happens a lot, especially in big clutches like this. Some of them will be good eggs and some of them will be bad eggs. So I could go ahead and candle those, but I've been a little worried because, some of them have just seemed, kind of dented, and like there's some good ones like here, but I just don't know. I mean, some of them look really good. I've been watching the temperature here. It's been good. I wrote it on there what I need to keep it at. The humidity I've also been watching closely. I've been keeping the humidity a little bit higher because usually denting can mean it's too dry. And it seems like they've been doing better. Like a couple of days ago I was really concerned, and now they're looking much better. So I'm gonna go ahead and candle a couple of them and I'll see what they look like on the inside. So I've got my light here. And I'm gonna go ahead and try with this one because this one honestly looks the most dented and the least likely to be fertile. So I'm just gonna look in this. Yeah, that's mainly yellow. The more yellow it is, the yellow is the yolk. So if you just see yellow, you don't see any sort of like red circle, there's a chance it could be infertile. And then this one here definitely looks like one of the best. So I'm gonna look in this one. Yep, look at that. See that circle? Here, let me try to. See that red circle? That means it's fertile. So that's really exciting. This one is good. Put that one back. So yeah, so some of these are really good. This one over here, that one might be infertile. I mean, I could go through and check all of them, but it's really not too important because I'm gonna keep all of them in here unless one starts to mold, and I can check it then. Because if they're just, infertile eggs just filled with yolk, they'll start to mold pretty quickly, and that's when I can check and then throw them out if necessary. Because you don't want mold starting in here. It'll spread to all of them if you're not careful, so. But yeah, that's really exciting how, I suppose I could go ahead and check all of these. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'll put that in sped up. I'll go ahead and do that in time lapse so you guys don't have to wait for that whole thing. Alright, so this one is possibly infertile, this one is possibly infertile, and this one, I believe. There's like 3 or 4 that are possibly infertile, and the rest look great, so that's really great. Yeah, I'll go ahead and cover them up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment if you have anything to say, and subscribe if you want to continue watching these eggs on their journey and also watch the other videos I make. And yeah. And by the way, of course, right now the main goal is just hatching these guys, but if they do make it, and if we do have some baby lacertas, I will be selling those, and I ship them throughout the entire US. So if you do want a baby lacerta, also subscribe, because then you can see when these guys are ready to go. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next video.